I think, okay, now I think you should be good.
నేను మాట్లాడేది వినబడుతుందా?
Is music coming? Tanni master? Yeah, మీరు మాట్లాడేది వినబడుతుంది మాస్టర్. మ్యూజిక్ వస్తుందా?
వినబడుతుంది మాస్టర్. యా.
మ్యూజిక్ వస్తుంది కదా? ఓకే.
యా.
Is this sound good? అంటే తగ్గించమంటారా కొంచెం? Is this good?
నాకైతే బాగానే ఉంది మాస్టర్.
ఓకే మాస్టర్.
యా. Can we restart the session again?
Yeah,
నేను ఇప్పుడే రీస్టార్ట్ చేశాను.
Okay. Thank you master.
సారీ about that.
Welcome all masters. From today onwards, we are going to start the sessions of Tirupavai, and today we are going to learn about the incarnation of Mother Godha. So before we start the session, let's get into meditation. Today we are going to invite Godha Devi, and we will meditate upon her, and we'll ask her to give us all the knowledge needed for us to for the growth of this soul. So everybody sit in the comfortable positions. Sit comfortably. If any of you have glasses, please keep them aside. Close your eyes. And lock your fingers. Lock your palms and fingers. If you're sitting on the chair, cross your legs, cross your feet. If you're sitting on the floor, just make sure you're not slouched. Sit comfortably, sit straight and comfortable. Now we are going to take 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Keep it as deep as possible. Keep the inhales and exhales as deep as possible. We are going to do 3 of them. So inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, the last one, take a deep breath, inhale, hold, and a nice exhale. And now you can come to the regular breathing. Focus on your breath. Focus on your breathing. While doing that, you can focus on your third eye. Breathe in. When you're breathing in, take it to the third eye. Stay there and breathe out. Focus on your breathing. And now focus on the center of the heart chakra. And imagine a green light emerging from the heart chakra. That is the light of love. That is the light of purity. And with your breathing, as you inhale, imagine this light spreading all through ourselves. From the heart chakra, it's spreading into the palms, it's spreading into the shoulders, it's spreading into the neck, it's spreading downwards into the stomach, into the belly button, into the pelvic area, into the hips, into the thighs, knees, legs, calf muscles, ankles, feet, toes. It's spread throughout our lower body. And above the heart chakra, it's filled into our shoulders, hands, palms, fingers. The throat is filled with green light. It's going above the throat into the jaws, in the mouth, teeth, the cheeks, eyes, eyebrows, between the eyebrows, you see the green light. Feel the energy of love, the pure love. It's spreading into our head, top of our head, and on top of your head you see a green ring. This is all the energy of love, pure love. With this pure love, for the next 30 days, We are gonna gain the knowledge of Tirupavai, how to enlighten ourselves, the essence of Tirupavai, and our surrenderance to the Lord with complete love. And this pure love is sending all the unwanted energies in us. It's pushing it from us. See all the unwanted energies leaving us and merging with the light of the universe. As all the unwanted energies are gone from us, with the pure light of love, we are gonna invite Godha Devi to meditate along with us. Imagine a wooden pedestal on the ground. The wooden pedestal is, it's with turmeric. It's in yellow in color and it's painted with the rangoli. And upon that wooden pedestal, there is a beautiful big red lotus, and in those petals of lotus we see standing of Godha Devi. Look at her feet adorned with toe rings and anklets. And we can see the border of her sari. She is adorned with a beautiful red color sari, and her border, the border of the sari is in gold and green color with hearts on the border. And you see the beautiful red sari adorned. You see the frills of her sari, and she is adorned with beautiful jewels. I see a long Chandraharam, and above that I see a beautiful jewel mala with mangoes, the design of the mangoes. Above that she has a beautiful jewel of the Namam, and another necklace of Sri Ranganatha lying on the serpent. She is adorned with all these jewels. And if you look at her arms, her right arm is placed next to her feet, like next to her knees, next to her legs. She is in the standing pose, and her left arm is folded above, and she is holding a small lotus, and in that lotus there is a parrot seated. See the red color beak of that green parrot. See the eyes of that parrot. And the mother is adorned with beautiful bangles. And she is adorned with beautiful garlands. She has a very thin garland around her neck. It has white, red and green color flowers. It's long. It's coming from her feet, adorned around her neck and going down the other feet. And behind that, there is a huge garland. It's very huge. It's made with many different colors of flowers. I see white mums, white chrysanthemums, yellow chrysanthemums, pink chrysanthemums, green mums. They are all lined up into a beautiful white garland which is running behind the mother. It is running from feet, from left side to the right side. And look at the mother's face. It's beautiful. She is adorned with a beautiful smile, and on that lips hanging is the nose ring, which is adorned with beautiful gems. And you can see that nose. It's adorned with nose rings on either side. And she's adorned with a beautiful Tirunamam. The red Tirunamam is going all along her forehead, long along her forehead, and there is a white Namam below that. Look at her beautiful eyes and her eyebrows. She's smiling. Look at her beautiful earrings. They're hanging. You can see them in front of that huge garland. They are adorned with beautiful jewels. And on her head, see the crown. Godha Devi's crown, it's all in beautiful gold and jewels. And if you notice, mother's crown, it has a base, and onto her left side, the kiritam, it extends to the left side as a beautiful, like as if a mala is adorned. Imagine the mother, look at the mother. And we are going to listen to this wisdom, focusing on the mother in our third eye. let's invite Hanuma Swami, Lord Hanuman, to share wisdom in this session. So from tomorrow onwards, we all know the sacred month of Dhanurmasam is beginning. So what is Dhanurmasam? In the beginning of December, we have learned that, Margasira Masam started. And after 2 weeks, we are hearing again the Dhanurmasam is starting from tomorrow. So what is this Margasira Masam and what is this Dhanurmasam? So we'll first, gain knowledge about this. In the southern part of India, they follow two lunar calendar and the solar calendar. So the lunar calendar is called the Chandramanam and the solar calendar is called the Sauramanam. So if you take the Chandramanam into consideration, the Paurnami, whatever Paurnami we have, whatever nakshatra falls on that Paurnami, 15 days before that Paurnami and the 15 days after that Paurnami is named after that nakshatra which falls on that Paurnami. For example, if we take the Kritika nakshatram, if it falls on a Paurnami, so the 15 days prior to that Paurnami and the 15 days after that Paurnami is called Kartika Masam. So this is according to the Chandramanam. So if you have the Mrugasira nakshatram on that the certain Paurnami, so the 15 days before that Mrugasira nakshatram, that Paurnami, and after the 15 days, that is called Margasirsha Masam. So this is according to the Chandramanam. If we take the solar calendar or the Sauramanam into consideration, this takes the Rasi into consideration, whereas the Chandramanam takes the nakshatras into consideration, the solar calendar takes the Rasi into consideration. So on a particular day, when the sun god, when the Lord Surya enters into a particular Rasi, then that particular month starts. For example, if he enters into the Dhanur Rasi, then that month, that extended month, until he gets into the next Rasi, that month is called Dhanurmasam, depending on the Rasi. So that's how we got the Margasirsha Masam and Dhanurmasam. So what is the beauty of Dhanurmasam? What is the importance of Dhanurmasam for us? So in Dhanurmasam, in the beginning of, not the beginning, after a certain start of Kali Yuga, in Dhanurmasam, a young girl called Godha Devi performed a vratam, which paved a gateway for many of the spiritual enthusiasts to grow themselves as a human soul, to get more enlightenment or to get more spiritual knowledge about the Lord. So she did this in this month of Dhanurmasam. So that is the speciality of Dhanurmasam for us. So what is these 30 days and what are these 30 songs? Godha Devi, she offered to the Lord, 30 songs during this Dhanurmasam on 30 days. And so every day she offered a song to the Lord. And these songs, they're not just some random songs. These songs are fulfilled with the love of the Lord, love towards the Lord, and the essence, we all need to know to reach the Lord. These songs are completely fulfilled with this essence. So in our next 30 days, starting from tomorrow, we are also gonna dig into these songs, and we are also gonna try to learn a little bit of what the mother has offered to us, the love towards the Lord. And if we see, like, all our previous, acharyas or Vedic pandits or spiritual enthusiasts, they have lauded these songs to be equivalent to the Vedas. They said, the essence of these songs are equivalent to Vedas. So if we can gain the knowledge of these songs, it's equivalent to learning the Vedas. As a common man, we cannot, reach or we cannot gain the complete knowledge of Vedas. Whereas we can, sing these songs, understand the meaning of these songs, and we can get the essence of the Vedas. That's what our, the Vedic Pandits have lauded these songs about. So, what a human being or a human soul, should understand or learn and follow to enlighten thyself. That is all found in these songs, in these beautiful 30 songs. So, we all will try to understand a little bit of the essence from these songs from tomorrow. So, who is this Godha Devi, and why did she sing these 30 songs? What is her story, and why we should follow Godha Devi, and why we should follow or why we should sing these 30 songs? What is it gonna do to us if we, follow her? So, if we look into Godha Devi's, life story, Godha Devi belonged to the South Indian region of Srivillikuttur. She was found, actually, there was a great, devotee of Lord Narayana in Srivillikuttur called Vishnu Chittulu. The name itself suggests Vishnu Chittulu means who has Vishnu always in his chittam. The Lord is always in his mind, in his heart. So that's why the devotee is called Vishnu Chittulu. So and in Srivillikuttur, there was a shrine of Vatapatra Sai. The temple in Srivillikuttur is of Vatapatra Sai. So Vishnu Chittulu, he was a great devotee of Lord Narayana, and he used to offer every day. He used to make garlands of tulasi and all different flowers available in different seasons, and he used to offer these beautiful garlands. He used to make beautiful garlands out of these flowers, and he used to offer these flowers to the Vatapatra Sai every single day. That was his, duty or his job, and he used to do it with utmost devotion and with utmost purity of love. So, Vishnu Chittulu, one day, he was cultivating the land for growing of the tulasi plants, and he was preparing the land for the garden, for the flowers. While he was doing that, he finds a beautiful, a little baby in the garden, and he picks up the baby, and that baby has, like, she has a beautiful aura to her. So he picks up the baby, and he takes her inside the home, and he hands her to his wife, and he considers herself as God's gift, and he raises her as his own daughter. So this beautiful baby, who was, he finds her in the Tulasi Vanam. So, So she is like an Ayonija, like Sita Devi, how she was found by Janaka Maharaja, in the fields. She is an Ayonija. She did not have any birth. She was not born from a yoni, from a mother's womb. So they are called Ayonija. So even Godha Devi is an Ayonija. She was found by Vishnu Chittulu and she was brought up by him. And he named her because she was, found in Tulasi Vanam. He named her Malika. In Tamil or in Aravam, Malika means Kodai. So he named her Kodai. And this baby was called as Kodai, and she was growing beautifully. And eventually, this name Kodai became the Godha Devi, even eventually in the future. So that's why we call her as Godha Devi, but her original name is Kodai. So this Kodai, beautiful girl, she started growing in with Vishnu Chitta Alvar. He is an Alvar because he is always immersed in the love of the Lord. So he is an Alvar and he is called the Periyalvar. Periyalvar means the first or the biggest Alvar of all Alvars. We will know why he's called Periyalvar a little later, but this little young girl, she grows up with Periyalvar, watching him, in the devotion of the God. He will be making garlands for him, for the Lord of Vatapatra Sai every single day, and he takes him to the temple and he adorns the Lord with these garlands. So Godha Devi, she's grown grown with the love of the Lord. All she knows is the Lord and only, the stories of the Lord or the love of the Lord. She was raised listening to the, stories of Sri Bhagavatam. Because the Bhagavatam is filled with the stories of the Lord, she was raised in and out listening to these stories. So she was also completely filled with that love of the Lord. She is always imagining the Lord with her. So what happens is when Vishnu Chittulu, when he prepares these, huge garlands, and when he gives it to the Lord, what she started doing is she started wearing them herself, and she used to go, to the well in her backyard, and she would look at her image or her shadow, and she would imagine the Lord with her. She would imagine herself and the Lord standing, adorning the garland, and she would imagine the love for the Lord, and she would imagine, vice versa, the love of the Lord to herself. So she started doing that, and she has been doing that for a while. And, and Vishnu Chittulu was ignorant of this. So he started offering these garlands as usual to the Lord. So what happens is the archakas who are offering these garlands to the Lord, they see, a long hair in those garlands, and they are very they were very amazed, or they were shocked to see this hair, because, Vishnu Chittulu, he was a great devotee. And when they saw that hair, it was very unusual for them to imagine something wrong with those garlands, or somebody wearing those garlands. They just notice that and they won't say anything. But when they see those hairs continuously every day on the garlands, they mention that to the Vishnu Chittulu, that they are seeing hairs in the garland. That astonishes the father of Godha Devi, and then he notices what is happening with the garlands, and he learns that the little girl is wearing those garlands, and then she's putting them back in that basket, and the same basket he is taking and offering those garlands to the Lord. He learns that and he feels very, guilty about that. And when that particular day, when he sees Kodai wearing those garlands, he does not take the garlands to the Lord. That day, there are no garlands offered to the Lord. So that night, the Lord comes, in his dream and also in the dream of Archakas and tells them, I love the garlands which are adorned by Godha. Please bring them and offer them to me every single day. Do not miss them. So, that's when Vishnu Chittulu, when he gets that dream, he's like, amazed, and he's like filled with love. And he goes the next morning, he goes to the girl. He understands that, she's none other than the incarnation of, Lakshmi Devi or Bhu Devi. And, she tells her that, oh, you're the savior of me. You came to save me. So in Tamil, that term, you are the savior of me, means Andal. Andal means you came to save me. You are the savior of me. That's how she got the name of Andal. And since the garlands adorned by her were offered to the Lord, she was called A Mukta Malyada. So those garlands which were adorned by her, they were taken from her and they were adorned to the Lord. So that's why she was called Amukta Malyada. So that's how she got the name of Andal, and she got the name of, Amukta Malyada. So while she was doing this, how, like, we all know that the tulasi we offer to the Lord only belongs to Lord Narayana. Tulasi is offered only to Lord Narayana because Tulasi herself offers to Lord Narayana. As Tulasi herself offers to Lord Narayana, Andal also offered herself to Vatapatra Sai. She was always in the thoughts of Vatapatra Sai, or in the devotion of the Lord. So one day she goes to her father. As I mentioned, she used to listen to the stories of Bhagavatam. In the Bhagavatam, she hears to the stories of Sri Krishna Paramatma. When he was in Gokulam, when he was in Repalle, when he was, growing up as a child and as a teenager, she listens to all his stories in Gokulam. So, and she started to fall in love with the Lord. And she goes and asks her father, is there any way I can reach the Lord? Then, her father answers, since this is Kali Yuga, in the previous yugas, the Lord came onto this earth and he was, visible, and he was walking on this land and he was visible. But in this Kali Yuga, he is not visible to our naked eye. Instead, he is available to as Archamurti. So, you can devote yourself to the Archamurti and you can attain him. Then, she asks, like, how many Archamurtis are there? And, she asks different characteristics of the Lord and everything. And since Vishnu Chittulu, he is very much aware of all the Kalyana Gunas of the Lord, he explains to her all the Perumals, all the, Kalyana Gunas of all the Perumals of the 108 Divya Deshams. He explains, he puts up the knowledge of all the Perumals of Divya Deshams to her. And from all the Perumals, she gets attracted to Sriranganatha of Srirangam. She gets attracted to him and she falls in love with him. And she dreams of in being in love with him and in marrying him. She is like in total devotion towards him. So as per her father's advice, she decides to offer herself to the Archamurti, and then as she has listened to the Krishna Leelas in Bhagavatam, she learns how Gopikas has approached Sri Krishna, or Gopikas were in love with Sri Krishna. When we look into the lifestyle of Gopikas, we have learned that Gopikas, they did not follow any like rules, like waking up in the morning or taking a shower, presenting themselves to the Lord with all like devotion or with garlands or anything. They were they were just pure love, the Gopikas and Gopabalikas. Nobody cared whether they took shower or whether they were clean, because they were clean from inside, they were clean from their hearts. So Godha Devi learned that cleanliness of the heart is more important than anything else, and she wanted to offer herself like any other Gopika. So she wanted to do a vratam for 30 days, and this vratam is called Snana Vratam. So why is this called Snana Vratam? So she set up a background for herself, to perform this vratam. So what is the background she set up was, when Sri Krishna Paramatma, when Sri Krishna was growing as a child in Repelle, all these Gopikas, all these young girls, they used to be back of Krishna, and Krishna used to play with the girls. It was like a vice versa relationship. So looking at these young girls falling behind Krishna, the elders of the village of Repelle, they did not like this. It's very natural. They do not want the young girls, falling behind these boys. So it was the same back then too. The elders of the village did not like this, and they stopped these young Gopikas going to Krishna, and they locked these Gopikas in the houses so that they would not go and see Krishna. So what happened? Krishna also, he felt very, he was very saddened by this activity. And over a period of time, these girls were locked inside, and over a period of time, what happened was in Repelle, famine occurred. There was lack of rains. Because of the lack of rains, the land was all barren, and there was no agriculture going on, and a famine occurred. So looking at this, everybody was saddened, and they went and asked the head of the head of the village, who is the father of Krishna. He is the Nandagopa. They all went to his help. And when they went and reached him, he told them to perform a vratam by the young girls of the village. If they perform a snana vratam, then we can overcome this famine. And he gives this responsibility to Krishna. He calls up Krishna and tells him, Krishna, why don't you take care of all these girls and tell them how to perform this vratam, and so that the whole village can overcome this famine. Once he hears this, Krishna is like first upset. He doesn't want to do it because they all stopped the Gopikas from reaching him. But later on, he accepts his father's request, and he, he asks all the Gopabalikas to come next day early in the morning to his house, to Nanda Gopa Bhavanam. So the next day morning, all these girls, they go to the Nanda Gopa Bhavanam and he sees Krishna. So, so he tells them, you go, this night you go, all the gopikas, you go take rest, and next day morning you come to me. Then I will give you some instruments to perform this vratam, and I will give you the instructions how to perform this vratam. And he goes to the Neela Bhavanam. So Neela Devi was his consort in, Krishna Avataram. So he goes to the Neela Bhavanam. So Godha Devi, takes this as a background, and she imagines herself as a Gopika, and she imagines, the shrine of Vatapatra Sai as the Neela Bhavanam, and she performs this Snana Vratam. And as she performs this Snana Vratam, these 30 days, she sings every single day, she sings a beautiful song to the Lord. And, she wakes up different, her friends in that village. She considers them as, different Gopabalikas. She wakes them up along with her. She gathers all of them, and she goes to the Vatapatra Sai, shrine of Vatapatra Sai, and offers these songs to the Lord. So she imagines that, shrine of Vatapatra Sai as the Neela Bhavanam where, Sri Krishna is currently in. So she imagines the Lord Vatapatra Sai as Sri Krishna, and she offers these songs and garlands to the Lord every single day. So from, tomorrow onwards, we are gonna learn, sing these songs and learn these songs. And we try to, at least a little bit, we will try to understand the essence of these songs, what she is trying to tell us as a human being. What are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to present ourselves to the Lord? She gives all types of insights in these songs. These beautiful songs, they have like a lot of essence in them, and there are like secrets hidden in them, all these songs. So, tomorrow slowly we will, we'll try to enlighten ourselves with these hidden secrets. And also Godha Devi, she helps this mankind in 3 ways with these songs. How does she do that is, the first one is the Lord, he gets tired with the behavior of, with the behavior of the humans, or with our behavior. He gets tired and he goes to Neela Devi, and he takes rests on her lap. So because of this, all this tiredness on the and all the ajnanam, he goes to Neela Devi and rests on her lap and takes rest on her. So what Godha Devi does with these 3 songs is, she wakens up the Lord and she turns him towards us. She tells him, they are your children, you cannot run away from them. You are the one, you are supposed to, take a look at them. So, she turns him towards us with these songs, and she teaches Krishna himself, she teaches him, the Lord, how to grant our boons, or how to look at us, or how to, give salvation to us. She teaches him how to do that. And the third one, she ties up the Lord with her garland, with her garland of 30 songs. and she makes him to accept us. So this is a great favor done by Godha Devi to the whole of the human race. This is a great she has done a great help, or great help to all of the human whole souls. And as in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord tells, uh, you can approach me in any way and I am gonna get back to you in the same way. If you approach me with pure love, only love, I'm gonna approach you with pure love. If you're gonna approach me with some desires, if you want wealth, if you ask for wealth, if you approach me, I'm gonna give you wealth. If you approach me for health, I'm gonna give you health. If you approach me for any kind of, either it's materialistic or para wishes also, I'm the one who's gonna grant you everything. That's what he tells in Bhagavad Gita. So the Lord always looks for pure love. A soul who is filled with pure love, he doesn't need to go behind the Lord. The Lord comes behind those pure souls. So, so Godha Devi gives us so many, so many hints, so many examples, so many easy measures, how to follow this and how to approach the Lord, or how to be with pure love so that the Lord approaches us. So that's what Godha Devi, gives us in all these 30 songs that we are gonna, immerse from tomorrow onwards. This is the session for today, Masters. Thank you very much. Jai Shri. If any of the Masters, if any of you have any questions, please go ahead. Sri Durga Master, please. Master, unmute, Master. Durga Master.
తెలుగులో కొంచెం చెప్పండి. హలో, వినిపిస్తుందండి?
యా, వినిపిస్తోంది మాస్టర్. చెప్పండి.
తెలుగులో చెప్పండి మేడం కొంచెం.
తెలుగులో చెప్పమంటారా?
నేను ఎవ్రీడే మీ క్లాస్ స్టేటస్ పెడతాను. లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ కూడా మొత్తం క్లాస్ ప్రతిరోజు స్టేటస్ పెట్టుకున్నాను. అందరూ వింటారు. కొంచెం తెలుగులో కూడా చెప్పండి.
ఓకే.
మీకోసం కొంచెం డిసప్పాయింట్ అయ్యాను. 4 నుంచి అంత పని చేసుకుని కూర్చున్నాను. తెలుగులో ఇంగ్లీష్ చెప్పారు కదా, ఏం అర్థం కాలేదు.
అంటే అను మాస్టర్ కూడా చేశారు ఈ క్లాస్ తెలుగులో.
విన్నాను, రాత్రి విన్నాను. చెప్పాను కదా మేడం, మీరు ఫేవరెట్ మాస్టర్ అని.
ఓకే, నేను అంటే ఇది ఇంగ్లీష్ సెషన్ కదా అని ఇంగ్లీష్ లో చేశాను.
కొంచెం కొంచెం 2 minutes అన్నా తెలుగులో మాకు కూడా.
యా, ఒక పని చేద్దాము. రేపు చెప్తాను నేను మళ్ళీ. రేపు స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం ఫస్ట్ పాత్రం. సో నాకు జస్ట్ లెట్ మీ నో, మీకు తెలుగులో కావాలా ఇంగ్లీష్ లో కావాలా చెప్తే నేను ఐ విల్ గో అకార్డింగ్లీ. ఎందుకంటే ఇది ఇంగ్లీష్ సెషన్ టైమింగ్స్ కాబట్టి ఐ డిడ్ ఇట్ ఇన్ తెలుగు. మనం మెడిటేషన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ లో చేసుకొని వీ కెన్ డూ ద సెషన్ ఇన్ తెలుగు ఇఫ్ ఆల్ ద మాస్టర్స్ ఆర్ ఓకే విత్ దిస్.
కాదు, ఇంగ్లీష్ వాళ్ళు ఎవరు ఉన్నారా? హ్యాండ్ రైజ్ చేయమన్నారా? ఉన్నారట్నా ఇంగ్లీష్ వాళ్ళు? షాలిని, ఎవరైనా ఇంగ్లీష్ వాళ్ళు ఉంటే హ్యాండ్ రైజ్ చేయమన్నావా? ఉన్నారా సెషన్ లో ఇంగ్లీష్ వాళ్ళు?
Masters, if anybody is interested in English sessions only, please raise your hands.
Only the Godha we are talking, not the meditation. Meditation
Not
she
the
can do in
meditation,
English.
Godha sessions. If if you want to only in English, please raise your hands. Otherwise, we can do this session in Telugu also.
Dundana. Barobar. Yeah.
Okay. Any more masters? Okay. So from tomorrow onwards, we'll do a little bit of Telugu and English. Rendu incorporate chesi cheptanu.
థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం.
Welcome, master.
థ్యాంక్ యూ మాస్టర్. సెషన్ క్లోజ్ చేయమంటారా?
యా, క్లోజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు మాస్టర్. ఒకవేళ మాస్టర్స్ ఎవరికి ఏం క్వశ్చన్స్ లేవు అనుకుంటే క్లోజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఎస్. ఓకే మాస్టర్స్, ఇవాళ సెషన్ క్లోజ్ చేసుకుందాము అండ్ విల్ స్టార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ టుమారో ఆన్వర్డ్స్. I'll try to keep both English and Telugu in loop. We'll do both the languages. Lakshmi Namburu. Lakshmi master, please unmute. Okay, master, we can close the session for today and we'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Hema master, close it for all. Select చేసుకోండి మీ దాంట్లో నుంచి.